Hello everyone, welcome back to the real Queen Nefertiti 33 channel. I am Tatiana. I am here with some articles for you all, okay? We'll be talking about the movie, book, and article, A Raisin in the Sun. I wrote it. So after 95, 96, around 1998, then when they were start getting all of us or whatever, Mob James even got his mama, Harriet Tubman. She came back after 96. She came back, okay? He still didn't claim her as his mother, though, but she, Miss Bernice, okay? She was with me and everybody else during that time, okay? And they caught this movie, A Raisin in the Sun, okay? So yes, so it's a good movie. It's gonna make you cry, make you sad, you know what I'm saying? She was really hard on me in the movie because, but I understood why she was hard on me because me, I like the yap, okay? Sometimes you need to listen to these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Instead of always yapping when you don't agree with something, okay? So yeah, that she kind of made me mad as well, but then I understood, okay? So let's begin. A Raisin in the Sun is a play by Lorraine Hansberry that tells the story of a black family in 1950s Chicago. It's still like the 50s though, but it wasn't the 50s though. Who are struggling with racism, poverty, and housing discrimination as they try to improve their lives. Now remember, even the ones that was involved in the murder, in the court, in the ritual, they were still slaves. Okay, because they were a different color. That's why Shanice wanted to get them free. Okay? That's why they runs it now. The African Americans, okay? Well, I kind of put a stop to it because it's supposed to be stopped, okay? In 2020, okay? So, 2021, okay? In different timelines, okay? So, 2021, 2020, they all have their own death row execution dates, okay? So, okay, I lost my thought. Okay. The play the play's title comes into Langston Hughes' poem Harlem, also known as The Dream Deferred, which includes the line, "What happens to a dream deferred?" See them, okay? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? True, because either way, people gonna assume that we supposed to be representing the new God, okay? He's a black woman, a black person, but I'm not, okay? I'm just not, okay? I didn't even do it with the white one, okay? You think I'm gonna do it with the black one too? Here are some key points from the play. She had her time, okay? She did what she was in the Old Testament. So even then she was still doing what she was doing until 2023, when it was her time was up. The Younger Family. Now there's two movies, okay? The Younger Family. The play follows the Younger Family, which includes Lena, Walter, Lee, Ruth, Benita, and Travis. The insurance check. After Lena's husband dies, the family receives a $10,000 life insurance check. Each family member has different ideas for how to lose the money. Lena's dream. Lena's wants to lose the money to buy a house in a white neighborhood. Wish I did, okay? I bought my daughter an apartment, but it wasn't with this insurance money, okay? I don't know who insurance money this was, okay? You gotta watch the movie though. My class already watched it though, so. Walter's dreams, cause they took it. Like, James and them, they took it, not us. Walter's dreams. Walter wants to invest the money in a liquor store with his friends. Benita's dream. Benita is a college student who wants to become a doctor. Ruth's concerns. Ruth is more focused on the family's immediate needs and living conditions. True. The move. The family eventually moves out of their apartment, fulfilling their dream. The offer to buy the new home. The family receives an offer to buy their new home, but they refused. The loss of the liquor store investment. Walter's. Now, I bought the building of my daughter's, okay? But my son Jeremiah, he built the new apartments, okay? You know, where kids live. Okay, so the old apartments brick, the new apartments was wood, okay? So he tore down the old bricks after I bought her apartment, okay? Because they were going to tear it down, which don't make sense to me, okay? And, um, and I paid $1 trillion. I got my check still. I got my check stub, okay, still. Okay, it was $1 trillion out of my own money that I grew up in, okay? My inheritance, my money that I saved, okay, before I got trafficked, okay? Yeah. And he, with his money that he makes, dead or alive, with his music, he tore down them apartments, the bricks, where I kept mine. Cause me and him, we had a whole, we both, agreed on this, okay? And he built the new wood, okay? So that's what they're talking about. The loss of the liquor store investment. Walter's friend, Bobo, tells Walter that Willie Harris had disappeared with the liquor store investment, leaving the family on the brink of financial ruin. Okay, so yeah, you might think liquor, yeah, but I'm thinking it's like what they were doing, okay? And they talking about when I bought her building, okay, her apartment, okay? Yeah, I bought both of them together, okay, cause they together, okay? But yes, they were talking about, and they said I left them on financial ruin, but they didn't know it was me though. They thought it was just some rich white man or something like that. Okay, because they couldn't come in like when we did the exchange, me and Jeremiah, literally just Jeremiah. LeJontay wasn't in his bodysuit. It was just him, like that. And when he was a statue, so it's like a wall. It's like a police station, where you can't see each other against the wall. So I'm talking to like a weird microphone, so they gonna know your voice. They was in there with him, and we all had this conversation about this and this, and I'm like, and then bam, the boom, boom, he agreed with me, okay, and we did what we did, okay. A Raisin in the Sun is a play about Lorraine Hansberry. It is by a black family living in the 1950s and their struggles to follow their dreams in a time period when people were not treated equally based on their gender and race. True. And this the article I found, okay? The essay, okay? This for me. I wrote this. Essay. The Black Ambition of a Raisin in the Sun. Revisiting Lorraine Hansberry's most famous play in the wake of the open letter to white American theater. You hear me? When the curtains open on Lorraine Hansberry's most famous play, A Raisin in the Sun, we see Ruth Younger bustling about a claustrophobic Chicago kitchenette, waking her loved ones, cooking, fretting, as the youngest, complete with other tenants for the bathroom down the hall. Hansberry loses stage direction and dialogue to suggest that cramped quarters strain relationships. Recently, widow Lena Younger lives here with her adored son, Walter Lee, who is Ruth's husband, their son Travis, and Lena's 20-year-old daughter Benita, who wants to become a doctor. Mama Lena had received a $10,000 insurance check because her husband worked himself to death, which Walter Lee wants to invest in a liquor store. You might think that, but it was actually, Carver, okay, the one who created the Peanuts. That was her husband. That's his daddy. He did leave her some money, okay? He left her some money, okay? The play debuted in 1959 and made Hansberry the first African American woman dramatics produced on Broadway, and its tensions unfold as the United States worked to convince people of color that they would never be at home. See? That's what I'm trying to get to the people, okay? The real ones understand, they pay attention, they go to class. I mean, come on now. It's not because it kind of is about race, but then again, it's not about race, okay? Yes, Miss Bernice, my great great grandma, she wanted me to do this, okay, on this page. Facing segregation and housing discrimination, African Americans cultivated what I call homemade citizenship, a deep sense of success and belonging that does not rely on mainstream recognition or civic inclusion, what most people was coming at me about. Oh, you lighter though. She's really dark skinned. I'm going with her because she is darker. That's what we're talking about. Mainstream. That's what y'all think it's about, but it's really not. It's deeper than this. It's deeper than what y'all think. Suburban home ownership became a barometer of American success in the 1930s and 1940s, with mortgage loans nearly subsidized by the Federal Housing Administration. But black and brown citizens were systematically excluded, so most African Americans could not pursue home ownership until the 1950s. Well, I guess that's how they did play Jeremiah, because, he lighter too, though. So but they thought I was a white man. They didn't know it was me until now. Okay. Placing black people's struggle to attain this mark of American achievement on Broadway, Hansberry accomplished a feat parallel to that of the other of the family she portrayed. Both the youngers and their creator encountered hostility for daring to reach for what the country defined as success. Revisiting Hansberry's 1959 trumpet proves poignant in the wake of the open letter to white American theater, which is part of the racial reckoning prompted by the video recording police murder of George Floyd. Signed by more than 350 practitioners and creators of color, including Lin-Manuel Miranda and Viola Davis, the letter exposes how the theater world resembled other arenas. Its institutions prioritize solidarity statements over self-reflection, structural transformation, and material redress. The letter also suggests that theater criticism facilitates inclusion and condescension. Okay, she said that they didn't know me. My bad. But they did not, they could not even come in invisible to do it, to watch to see who did it, okay? But they did find out later on in life. Like, how y'all gonna find out, but y'all can't find it? Anyway, so yes, this a joke to them. Them, that's whites, okay? And y'all, they know that I'm out. Y'all all into it, okay. The letter also suggests that theater criticism facilitates inclusion and condescends. We have watched you amplify our voices when we are hurtled by the press, but refuse to defend our aesthetic when we are not, allowing our livelihoods to be destroyed by a methodical and racist critical culture. Though Hansberry became a darling of the theater world, according to biographer Armani Perry, she experienced the racism of its critical culture. I still am, okay? Because United States citizenship is built on the inclusion of African Americans. Even when black success does not prompt naked brutality, it inspires consistency reminders the difference of outsider statuses. A Raisen in the Sun therefore places a spotlight on what historian Carol Anderson calls white rage. In portraying black ambition, the play also showcases the white hostility that always accompanied it. Over the course of the play, as the youngest pursue a better life, Mama Lena spends part of her insurance payout to place a down payment on a house in the Chicago suburb of Clybourne Park. In response, her son Walter Lee disappears for 3 days. When he returns, his hopelessness convinces Lena that she has helped the United States strip her son of his manhood and kills his dreams. So she gives him the $6,500 left after the down payment. $6,500 left after the down payment, instructing him to put $3,000 in a savings account for Benita's medical school education and the rest in a checking account under his name. I'm telling you to be the head of this family from now on like you supposed to be, she says. On moving day, Mama Lena is out when a representative of the suburban neighborhood associate arrives. Carl Linder, who is white, tells Walter Lee, our association is prepared through the collective effort of our people to buy the house from you at a financial gain to your family. Both the youngers and their creator encountered hostility for daring to reach for what the country defined as success. Insulted by this simple effort to keep his family out of the neighborhood, Walter Lee declines. However, he later realized he had been swindled out of every penny entrusted to him. Not by by whoever you. You did that. He did that to himself. Okay. Um, having given it to an acquaintance, see, he sold his soul to her and him, the real one, who promised to speed up the liquor license process and then skip town. He invites Linda back and rehearses a speech to accept the humiliating offer. In the end, Walter Lee cannot stomach the routine he had practiced. We have decided to move into our house because my father, he earned it for us brick by brick, he tells Linda. Come on now. What do you think you are going to gain by moving into a neighborhood where you just aren't wanted? Linda demands. The play ends with the youngers moving out of the tenement, heading for the suburbs, despite every indication that their fellow Americans will not welcome them. Mama Lena is the last to exit the apartment, and her pensive farewell serves as a prelude to a future of offstage melodramas. Hansberry's drama highlights the mundane cruelty of denying people of color desirable homes. Okay, I want the Most High. I'm sorry, I apologize. That's another article that's coming up. Okay, while the federal government encourages all Americans to pursue home ownership, Most High, FAA redlining enacted bloodless violence by making whiteness a qualification for access to the American dream. At the same time, the labor movement's Family Rage campaign empowered white heads of household while excluding non-white people, given that, like most American institutions, unions discriminated based on race, as cultural historian Shannon Reddy has shown. Employment and housing discrimination prevented most citizens of color from organizing their households according to the nuclear family ideal, a male breadwinner and his financially dependent wife and children. The few whose household fit the mold achieved a level of success, true, that would not go unchecked. White Americans attack families of color who dared to move into their neighborhoods. Thus, the declaration about the nation's preferred domestic confederation amounted to discursive violence, telling everyone to aspire to an ideal. Thank you. See, I'm not cussing nobody. Discursive violence. Yes. Okay, thank you. Telling everyone to aspire to an ideal while affirming only right examples of it that encourages physical violence. The youngest understand that they invite injury by clinging to a suburban definition of success. Thank you, I did explain that. As they reach for what white Americans will attack them for securing, they do not pursue right acceptance, but instead claim what they believe to be rightfully theirs. Man, y'all should have seen the shit, bro. It's gonna be the fourth one, y'all, bro. And they old too. They in their 40s and 30s and friendlies. Like, Lord Jesus. I mean, y'all can't be that slow, right? Like, come on now. Okay. Aligning with the tradition traced by legal historian Martha S. Jones, Walter Lee declares his family to be birthright citizens. We not. Shit, I'm not. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not. Telling Linda, this is my son, and he makes the sixth generation of my family in this country. Yeah, they do. Interpretation of Raisen had been shaped by the presumption that it's a protest play that it resists segregation. That's them. Resists. Okay, man. The lens obscures was most drives the action, a pursuit of success. If one focuses on accomplishment as African Americans do, it becomes clear that pursuing achievement in the face of white oppression requires the youngest to define and redefine the parameter of success. Why every time you will never hear them say Caucasians, you always say white. And I say I'm black, and then this person say I'm an African American, you don't go to an African American? Come on now, make it make sense. Think about it. Okay? Americans do become clear, require the young, to define and redefine the parameter of success. They are not pursuing integration as a form of protest or resistance, but rather to accomplish goals and claim resources. True. The play reveals that what has been framed as integration is really about getting white people to stop hoarding everything desirable. Further, civil rights or human rights pursued not for equality with white people, but as an assertion of clarity about one's due. While pursuing success, most members of the younger family prioritize patriarchy, so I think that's the man, okay? So the play showcased a reality that protests obsessed audience miss. The damage done in black households when prevailing ideas about gender are not questioned. The younger subscribe to the rhetoric of the 1950s black church that often vilified single women's goals. Christianity's message of affirmation routinely failed to reach single black women, represented and raised by Benita even in their own homes. Benita personifies all that must remain beneath as Mama Lena pursues a particular vision of success. Benita's future is sacrificed because although Walter Lee shows little capacity for leadership, he is male and therefore his mother is determined to make a leader of him. Benita is not only teased for her Pan-African sensibilities and denigrated for varying career over marriage, but also in the iconic sense she is slapped by her mother in the name of God. Amen. She showed it. Amen. Oh, vice versa. This complexity had been overlooked because theater criticism kept Hansberry preoccupied while defending Lena's humanity. White critics' casually vilification of Mama Lena is an insulated matriarch revealed a lack of empathy for her for the pressure she faced and led Hansberry to defend Mama Lena as fiercely as Mama Lena had defended Walter Lee. Okay. This message remains relevant as black and brown women succeed against the odds only to become targets for abuse. When hostility does not come in the form of attack, it manifests as erasure. Black women's leadership is often relegated to the margins, even as their ideas set the course that many others later advocate. Meanwhile, black and brown women continue to be ridiculed whenever they prioritize their own goals, rather than simply serve everyone else. True. These tensions are as deep now as they were in Hansberry's time, and we should heed her call to address them both within communities of color and on the national stage. Okay, and that is the article for A Raisin in the Sun. It's titled The Black Ambition of A Raisin in the Sun. Enjoy.